Hello Internet, I am Alexia, not Alexa. I am a small-time Twitch streamer who has been targeted for hate rates recently as a trans person of colour. I just expect it basically. But I am quite reasonably familiar with technology, and I was able to combat my second hate rate quite quickly. I basically stopped it before it started, but I have noticed that there are changes happening. I've been working on a video to proper video to explain how to combat the situation, but today when one of the streamers that I follow got hate rated, I decided I'm just going to put a video out there. So it's not really edited, it's kind of like a bit waffly for 35 minutes, and this is afterwards. I'm making an intro for it. I'm going to timestamp the video below to the key points basically, so do skip forward, and if you find it useful, please leave a like, please share this video as well if you think it's useful, and also give me a follow as well, because I will be making tutorial videos in the future. Like my original plan was for my first video was to talk about light setups, but I'll do more like videos in the future, so by all means please follow me. More content to follow, and I'll probably do follow-up videos, maybe a more edited version of this video to explain how to combat the hate rates basically. So I have no intro because this is literally my first video. I have no music, I have nothing basically. So I hope you find it useful. Again, please like, subscribe, comment below if I'm getting things wrong. If you have other ideas, please tell me. I want to share this to as many people as possible. I'm also going to link some other videos below as well to like other YouTubers who've talked about it, with other advisors as well. So, but I hope I do offer a slightly different perspective as well. I think some of the things that I've mentioned is not exactly the same as other streamers out there as well. So, hope you find it useful. Until then, pretend this is my intro music. Do 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 do. Hello, interwebs. I want to talk about hate rates today, so jumping straight into it, I'm going to offer some tips. I was going to make a kind of full-on proper videos with like editing and all that shit, but in light of seeing someone getting hate rated this morning, I kind of felt it's probably a good idea for me to get a video out as soon as possible. So this is it. I may redo this whole video with like proper editing and other fancy stuff, but for now, I hope I can offer some help with people to combat hate rates basically. And I've kind of set up, I've got 4 actions that I would suggest everyone use basically to protect themselves. Yeah, it's going to be on a little bit. But the first thing you want to do is, or have available to yourself, is to basically be familiarize yourself with the followers command. You can actually, so let me just switch to my desktop. There's a command called followers. If I can type followers, hold on. Yeah, I really need to learn to type. By default, followers will just turn your stream into followers mode. But what you want to do is add 10 minutes to it. So if you're getting bombarded by followers, using this command is going to switch your chat into followers mode. Now, it is going to take a long time to like find your chat, type it up, and it's probably, you might as well just use the followers mode and then click 10 minutes. But the point of having this command is that you can actually type this command into your chat before you start streaming. I would recommend either using a phone or your laptop that you're not streaming on, if you have other devices, and basically have it in chat so that you're ready to just hit the enter button or send button, and then that will put your chat into followers mode. Now I'm going to go into details later. This is not going to stop the kind of like the way the hate rates are happening. It's not going to be quick enough, but it's the least you can do. You can then link the followers 10M command to your Stream Deck if you have a Stream Deck. If you haven't got a Stream Deck, try using Touch Portal. That's another kind of like, it's a free Stream Deck app that you can use to send a message to your chat, and that's another way of navigating around that. I may try and show you what that would look like later as well. I'm not too sure, but that's the first tool you've got in your hand. I'm going to dismantle some of the Twitch's suggestions later and why they don't work. And the followers command is not going to save you by any means. I just realized my necklace is not properly done. But the fact that you can actually link that command to a Stream.bot button or a bot, you can actually create a kill switch command using one of the many bots out there, and you can create a command that sends this message. So let's say you can just create a K command that only you can use. Then by hitting that, sending that message, your bot is going to send that message into your chat and kills the chat, basically. Sets it to followers mode. We'll talk about what to do after that, because turning to follower mode is not enough. And you don't want to turn yourself to follower mode to start with, because if you do, it's going to kill your discoverability, basically. People like to talk to the creators, to the content creators, or to the streamers. And if they can't talk to you, chances are, if they see followers mode, they're not gonna stay in chats, basically. So to suggest keeping your chat in followers mode only is just, it's not great for everyone. So let's stop that. Let's see, what's the second point? Right, you want to go to your dashboard, and let's see if I've got one available to show. On your dashboard, if you go to the settings, stream, and scroll down, you're going to find a section that's really useful for you. This is to combat another tactic that these hate rates use. So let me dock it and then show you my desktop. Okay, so this command, when you go to your dashboard, go to settings, go to stream, and you have to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you find these three buttons. By default, you want to leave yourself in allow all raids, because again, this is about discoverability. You want strangers to be able to raid you, because bigger streamers may come to smaller streamers and think, hey, they seem quite cool, they're playing the same game that I am, so why don't I raid them? To turn off raids from strangers is going to kill your discoverability, and as a small content creator, who are the primary targets of these hate raids, keeping it on is just not an option, basically. So, but if you have this page open, again, either on your phone or your laptop, you can basically be ready to change this into raid from friends or block all raids entirely. But I think switching to friends, teammates, and follow channel should be okay, because you're not really going to be following all these bots, are you? So that's my suggestion. Unfortunately, Twitch hasn't created a command that automatically changes your raid mode. So if Twitch is listening right now, create a command to allow us to switch our raid mode. It would be really helpful in combating these hate raids, because one of the modes of hate raids is that lots of accounts with essentially a certain German symbol from the 1940s are being used to raid you as individual viewers, basically. And what happens is when you get raided, that person's avatar comes up on your chat, and that's a bad time for everyone. So yeah, turning this off means you're going to protect yourself from those type of raids, because it's not just about the messages. They are finding ways that gets around the kind of like Twitch protections for streamers, basically. So that's point number 2. Point number 3, keep your activities alert feed open. So let me see if I can show you an example of what I've got. So if you're using Streamlabs, go to your dashboard on Streamlabs. Let me just find it. And you should find the, I believe, the alert box, or is it all widgets? There should be, oh, recent events. There we go. This is actually a really good example. I can use them. I actually got hate rated whilst I was offline this morning. So look at my feed right now. These are all, oh, a lot of the bots are already being removed. So there were 186 bots that had followed me earlier this morning. Basically, you want to have the dashboard open with the recent events ready, and by basically click on save mode, it's going to stop any alerts. But the thing is that, as you can see, clicking it, you need to do another click. So why don't you just pause it, and then you can turn on save mode. So be ready to toggle your alerts on and off. Now this is Streamlabs. There's also Stream Elements, which is what I use. So on Stream Elements, I will show you where to find your activity feed. Dashboard activity feed. So this is my Stream Elements activity feed. In fact, that one hasn't been cleared at all, so you can still see the bot that's followed me basically. So again, get ready to hit the pause button, and that should stop at least the followers and raid alerts from going off basically. I will also recommend that you split your, if you're using Stream Elements and Streamlabs, try to split your alerts. So basically have the followers, subscribers, and raid alerts separate. Actually, no, the followers and the raid messages separate. I don't think these hate raids, I don't think these hate raid bots can really afford to follow you to spam your messages. But if you split the overlay onto a separate alert overlay, what you can do is your kill switch on your Stream Deck or bot can actually disable that particular overlay at the same time. So again, that's a protection for yourself. And yeah, that's a good start. I have the activity. If you're using OBS, you can actually use the dock. There is you can actually like set browsers as your dock on your OBS Studios interface. So I have that on basically at all times, so I can see the activity feed on this screen. On Stream Elements, you can actually pop out your activity feed, then you get this little window in your OBS Studios, so you can toggle it nice and easy. So there are three things here. You've got the kill switch, which is the thing that's going to send the followers 10M command. You've got a button to pause the raid, and you've got a button to, stop raids, and you've got a button to stop alerts, because that's another way to spam your feed basically. Imagine having 186 alerts going off one after another, and if you have like text to speech, oh my god, that's going to be a pain. On Stream Elements, you can skip alert by just clicking skip alert. Oh, I just realized I was on webcam mode. Yeah, there's a skip alert button. You can mute alert as well. Same with I don't know if you can skip on that. You can mute on Streamlabs. And I think safe mode is what they've designed to basically skip all these follow alerts. So that was the third action, I think. And finally, once you've done all that, this is what you want to do. There's a website called CommanderRoot followers remover. Well, CommanderRoot basically. So let's have a look for CommanderRoot follower remover. And I'm going to go onto that page. This is the website you want to go to. Just Google search for CommanderRoot follower remover. So CommanderRoot follower remover. First result. Log in via Twitch. Once you're logged into Twitch, this is automatic. And then it's going to show you all the bots that have followed you, basically. And yeah, I think actually all those bots are still there. So I don't know why Streamlabs alert activity feed didn't keep all of them. What you can do now is, assuming that you're in followers mode already, you can do a filter between the start time of when the followers have started. So hopefully that's going to be like within the last 10 minutes. So you've got about 10 minutes to sort this out, which is quite straightforward. So because right now you're in followers only mode for 10 minutes. It's not great for people who are dropping in, but I think if you explain to people, I'm sorry, we're in followers only mode. If you follow me now, in 10 minutes, you're going to be able to chat. But for now, I need to stop these spam bots, these hate bots from messaging. So this morning, I think the bot started following me at about 11:45. So if I go for 11:30 a.m. to now, and then apply filters, I will get, oh, hang on. That's weird. That didn't work for some reason. Oh, 182 bots. So some of them have been removed already. So yeah, just have a quick scan. And given by the fact that, this happened when I was offline, it's quite obvious that these are all follow bots. So you can be quite brutal. You can click on this button. remove all followers and listed below. You can just remove the followers, or you can remove and block them from refollowing just to protect yourself in the future. But I expect that these bots are going to be removed by Twitch in time anyway, as people report them. So this is going to protect you during your stream from basically being spammed by these bots. So now that your raid is in friends only mode, and your bots are blocked and your activities are paused, you're basically more or less protected from these guys. And if you see any more bots if they bombard you with more bots, keep an eye on your activity feed still. With your alerts off, you may not notice that you're being followed by additional bots, but just keep an eye on your activity feed to see, is there another wave of bots following you? Use the CommanderRoot follow removal tool, remove them, and then you're safe for now, and just get on with your stream, basically. So with that out of the way, I'm also going to mention one more thing in terms of protections. So this is a kind of an extra thing that I thought about early on today. Now, I'm just going to give you an example of what a hate raid looks like. The fact that you're watching this video, I presume you know what it is already. But this is a streamer called Vital Morgan. She's a really funny streamer, very interactive, and that's not the word, very charismatic, funny, and she's a really great singer as well. So highly recommend you follow her. What was I going to say? So if you watch this video, let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. Did you see? Look at her activity feed. Suddenly she's been, within a second, all of that happened. All those follows and messages have happened instantly. There's not even time to react. That happens within 4 seconds. She was literally just laughing about something on her stream. So at 42:25 was when the first bot followed. And by now, within 4 seconds, all that has already been spammed in her chat. So what do we do? Well, if you're using Windows, congratulations. Get yourself Streamer.bot. This is a great bot. Now, it's not going to completely solve the problem for us, but there is an option within Streamer.bot that really helps kind of like protect yourself a little bit. This is a pretty brutal method I'm using, but I'm going to go for it in a second. But if you don't use Streamer.bots already anyway, check it out. It's created by Nate, who is a fantastic streamer, and also these are some friendos who have been supporting the project. Basically, it started within the VR community, and I think Nutty is going to do a video on this soon. So it's a really powerful bot with an actual GUI. So still in version 0.1.3, so it's actively being developed right now with loads of powerful tools. I'm just going to touch base on one of them today, which is if you go to the settings tab and then go to events, there's a follows event. So Streamer.bot can actually kind of like interact basically respond to when follows happened. Now, normally when you get followed, under normal circumstances, it's quite all right. You just kind of like get say hello to the followers and move on. But under the current climate, with all the hate rates going on, this is what I suggest you do. Set an action for when a follow happens, and then let's go to the action. So again, settings, events, general is where you're going to find the followers action. So you can call an action. So by default, it's going to be none. Oops, I've got loads of actions already. By default, it's going to be none. I've created an action called followers only. So now if I go to the actions tab at the top, I'm going to show you what the followers only action looks like. And this is it. Actually, I'm just going to collapse the testing. I've got kill switches with Streamer.bot as well, which is really useful. Okay, so the first thing it's going to do is whenever anyone follows, I'm going to immediately send a message called followers 10M. That's the command that I suggest that you get your bot to send. So to do that, just to show you, add action. At the bottom, you've got Twitch, and then you've got send a message to the channel. And in here, just type in / or is that backward slash? I don't know. Whatever that slash is, followers 10M, and then click OK, and you've got yourself a sub action. So whenever I get a follower now, that's going to happen. That's going to get triggered. Given the fact that I don't get followers that often, I'm quite comfortable creating this command. And you may think this is a bit over the top, but desperate times, right? And then I'm going to send a separate message saying temporarily switching to follow mode in case of hate rate. So as soon as the first bot, hate rate bot, follows you, it's going to turn your channel into follows only mode. So I generally recommend not having alerts within the chat anyway, for the time being at least. Vital Morgan here, she has messages to say, hey, thank you. Stream Elements saying, hey, thank you for being a Morganism. It's great. But maybe for the time being, because of other hate rates going on, don't have those happening. Turn off your whatever it is that sends messages to your chat. I'm going to create a message automatically saying, temporarily switching to follows mode in case of hate rate. Sorry for any inconvenience. I don't know. I can't spell. Inconvenience? So again, this is a pretty extreme measure, but I'm going to basically turn my chat into followers mode under any circumstances that anyone follows me. But Alexia, why? Isn't that a bit much? They're not going to be able to talk to you now. Well, they can, because if they're a legitimate follower, I can turn the followers mode off. You can ask your mod to do it, or I can just use kill switch off in my case, and it just turns off the follower mode anyway. So everything's back to normal. So it's basically a way of vetting who's coming into your chat, because as you saw, within the first second of the first bot joining, so let's look at the 25 seconds. It's not just the followers, they're already sending messages. When I got hate rated, this is not what happened. But the thing is that whilst I personally don't mind getting, oops, sorry, I just realized I wasn't in the right mode. But by the 25th second, within 1 second, all these messages were sent to her chat. That's just not Parkator, is it? You're not going to be able to react quickly enough to deal with these messages. By the time you hit the kill switch, within 4 seconds, all those messages have happened.
And they let us out.
And they're still going. They're still going.
Oh,
they're still going. Every second, more things. So any second that you lose. Oh, again, I forgot to. I forgot to show the screen. I'm sorry about this. That's why I'm going to edit a proper video later. But I just want to get this one out. But yeah, 33 seconds. So every second, she's getting like 6 or 7 messages and more followers. In total, I think she got like over 100 follow bots. Well, I got 100. I think I had 200 plus follow bots this morning when I checked. And now I'm checking, it's gradually dwindling because I think Twitch is now removing some of the bots as people report them, which is great. Report them by all means, but obviously it's creating effort for the community to actively report these bots, and it's not great for everyone. But also I realized I've been talking that way because that's my monitor. I should be talking this way to the camera. And I was going to say, yeah, I'm not very used to talking to the camera, so apologies for that. My extreme measure is just basically to combat that scenario. If I had got raided by 200, and I think it was 217 when I checked, could even be more than that because I got told it, and then I did a scan, and I saw 217 bots or something like that, but it might have been even more than that before I even checked. So who knows? And in light of that, being a trans woman of color, I am very vulnerable. I've been hate rated twice. The second time I managed to kill the hate rate before it really got started. I spotted it when the followers happened first. So what used to happen was the followers would happen first, and then after a few seconds, the hate messages came up. But I think now they're just basically straight away, as soon as the follow happens, a message is sent at the same time. So there's no time to react. So now I'm just going to turn my chat into followers mode as soon as any followers comes up. And essentially, I'm going to screen them. If they're fine, I'm going to turn off follower mode. So that's my recommendation to really, if you're under attack quite a lot, if you're really susceptible to hate rates, that's what I'll recommend. Now, It's already been 22 minutes. I've waffled on a bit, but I am going to continue talking about Twitch's response to the whole hate rate situation. So if you want to stay for more, I will be kind of like timestamping, but I guess it's a bit late for me to say it now. But whatever. Maybe I'll do an intro to to mention that there are timestamps. I'm not going to talk about the reason that I'm not happy with Twitch's response. However, there is good news. Twitch suing hate raiders. That's breaking news right now. That's on CNET. Twitch is filing lawsuit against alleged hate raiders. I'm not confident it's going to do much right now. Also, apologize for having flickering on my screen because my screen's refresh rate seems to cause problems, and therefore I need to turn it down to advanced display. Let's set it to 60 Hz just to stop the flickering on my face. I hope it hasn't been bothering anyone yet. Turn everything back on. Okay, so yeah, let's go through the Twitch's response. Also, I just realized this is the screen for where the thing is. Twitch is filing a suit against hate raiders, but that's going to take time. This is not going to immediately solve the problem. It may do in the future, which is great, but for now, we are kind of on our own. We have to protect ourselves. It's not great, but it's something. However, Twitch's own suggestions on what to do is not enough, basically. Appointing moderators, that's just not practical for a lot of small streamers. Turning on follows only mode, that's going to kill discoverability. That's just a fact. Every time I've raided someone and they're in followers mode only because it used to be because they were doing charity streams and then they were assholes, but now it's hate raids. My raiders can't talk, so it just kills that kind of like engagement basically. So this is not an appropriate response. Turning on automa is proven not to do anything. The things that they use to get around any moderations that Twitch does means this is completely pointless. Should I actually make a webcam? Should I put a webcam on? Copy. I'm doing this live as I go along. Oh, I can't paste my video source. That's a bit annoying. Video capture this device, add the webcam, so at least you can see my face. But just need to, oops, not that. Yeah, this is how kind of like quickly I want to respond to this because I just want to get this video out there basically. So let's make me a bit smaller as well, so I'm not blocking too much of the screen. Okay, so turn on auto mod. Yep, not useful. Email verification, the by followers bot that I've noticed since the start of my streaming career never got stopped. So email verification, all these hate raids, I have email verification on and it doesn't stop them, so this is pointless. Block raids from strangers, again, that kills discoverability because people do, I look for people to raid on the on the games that I'm playing, on the various stuff like descriptions or whatever, tags and stuff. So if you block yourself from being raided by me, then I can't send my nice people to you. So it's a temporary solution that's not ideal. You should only turn it on when you're already getting hate raided. If you're being targeted, clear chat, that is okay, but anyone who has better TTV, it stops clear chat from happening basically. So they have to manually clear the chat. So this is not an effective tool. And also the thing is, okay, clearing chat can protect my viewers. It doesn't protect me though, because being targeted by hate rates, I'm still going to probably see the message. Although I didn't actually notice it at first. When I got hate rated, I started banning I didn't know what to do. So I just started like clicking the ban button and then realized I didn't actually read a single one of the messages until I went back to the footage later. And it was quite funny. I mean, they were kind of targeted, but they weren't specific to me. They were just generic transphobic messages. And it's just like, I'm too old for this shit. I don't care. Yes, supposedly I sound deeper than Morgan Freeman, so I guess I'm in the Barry White area, which is very sexy for a lot of people. I don't really care. So if you guys are watching, if you hate raiders are, oh, sorry, getting distracted. If you hate raiders watching this, get help. If your life is bad enough that you need to try and attack, LGBT communities, other minorities, you really, clearly something's not going right in your life. I recommend go rock climbing. It saved my life, basically, saved my mental health. But anyway, daily auto mod level, again, pointless. And also, auto mod, the other problem is it actually blocks messages that are legitimate. You may be a minority community that uses certain phrases that are like LGBT phrases, or maybe you're using it, you're engaging with your chat, talking about these topics, and then automod is going to block them. And it's more work for you. It's creating more work for everybody. So it's not an effective tool. So the normal chat delay, that just delays how many messages people can send. That delays how quickly the messages goes to your chat, which means, again, the mods and yourself, the creator, you guys are going to see that. Again, Twitch, do better. You need to protect the streamers as well, because some of them, they are very vulnerable as well. I am too old to, I'm thick-skinned enough not to care, but it's not nice for a lot of people. So I feel really sorry for streamers who got attacked by that. Unique chat doesn't work. And I should be able to demonstrate that. You will notice that every single message, even though the messages themselves are the same, these extra letters are being used in front of the message, and it bypasses unique chat. So pointless tool. Ban the accounts from your channel. This is like collateral kind of like work, basically. It's a lot of work to ban the people, and yeah, that doesn't protect the streamer. Again, reporting account, even more long-winded. But little tip, you can, maybe hard to demonstrate that, but not on here, I can't remember. But there is, if you look at your Twitch dashboard's activity feed, there's a quick reports button that you can use. So that's something you can use rather than going through every single one of them in your chat. You can just go to your activity feed, click on the ... button, and report them from there, basically. That's what I did on a friend's chat yesterday. The rest of the messages are, kind of, I can see both sides kind of situation. Yes, there are external tools. Twitch is not promoting them because, yes, they're unaffiliated. So third-party tools may start off valid, legit, and they can be nasty out. It's a liability, basically. So I understand why they're not promoting them. Why does it take so long to build? Well, this message actually goes along with wanting to incorporate quick fixes. They're actually doing things supposedly in the back end. So if they are, I get it. If they are truthful about the fact that they are doing things in the background, like every day, to do more bot preventions, it may be why the bots, the way the hate rate happens has changed. When it happened to me, I got bombarded by follows to start with, and then I got bombarded by the spam messages shortly afterwards, whereas now they seem to be going concurrent. As soon as the follow happens, the message comes through. So maybe Twitch has done something, and that's the response of the hate raiders. So something else to consider. Why don't you enable creators mods and ban IP addresses? This is not an effective tool method anyway, so that is fair. Why don't you limit the number of accounts user can make with one address? That is not an effective tool because, if you use a Gmail address, you can create infinite number of email addresses for yourself. So, and also it can actually cause problems because I actually use the same email address for myself and my bot. And I've been creating test accounts as well. You might have noticed I had a thingy on my last follow. I just created a single test account to test that the Streamer.bot follower action actually works. So yeah, this is not actually that helpful. Why can you share more information on your roadmap? Understandably, if they share what's happening right now, what they're developing right now, it gives the hate raiders more time to kind of like think of countermeasures. At the same time, I feel two-minded about this because on the one hand, yes, I get it, but on the other hand, it just kind of makes me think, whatever method you're basically saying that your methods aren't actually foolproof, and there must be something that's more foolproof, foolproof enough. We have online banking as a starting point. Yes, there are issues, usually through kind of like what is it called, social engineered attacks. So, but that's got to be something Twitch can do. I had thoughts and ideas So I'm just going to share my little scripts that I wrote yesterday, which I'm completely not following at all, just to see if I actually came up with any. What was my suggestion to Twitch? Oh, the raid command. I think if we have a raid command, that would be great. So clear command. Yeah, the clear command chat. Clear chat doesn't really do anything in my opinion. So, but I think one of the obvious responses from Twitch's end is to basically monitor how many followers are hitting the same streamer immediately. If a streamer gets, I don't know, a certain number of bots kind of like suddenly following them at the same time, maybe to start with, there's a generic countdown for how quickly people can message. So people can't message within the first, I don't know, 30 seconds of following someone, just as a generic standard, because I think the followers mode minimum time is 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So followers only chat. Yeah, there's a minimum of 10 minutes, which is not great. But even if it's 15 seconds, it gives Twitch on the back end, on the servers, you can use your servers to actually do some analysis. Did these raiders like send, I don't know, hate raiders send like, I don't know, 15, 30, 100 follows to a channel at the same time? If they do, well, clearly something weird is going on. And that 15 to 30 seconds should be enough for you to actually do something about it, counteract that. Whereas if the minimal followers time limit is 10 minutes, you're basically shifting responsibility to the streamers to deal with that. If you're engineering stuff in the background to combat the hate rate bots, this seems like an obvious choice to delay how quickly people can chat. It will raise the incentive for people to start kind of like doing spamming follows in advance, with more like legitimate looking followers, like spread out a follow, but that's a much slower and less effective attack, and gives people more time to report these bots, to remove them in the first place. You can do more things in your backend to analyze, like do pattern recognitions and data mining to see if these are probably bots. I mean, you've got machine learning for auto banning. It seems like you should be focusing the machine learning to targeting what looks like a bot and what doesn't. And I think that's pretty much what I want to talk about in this incoherent video. I hope you find it useful. I will still try to make another video later that's more refined, edited, and a bit more succinct, because this video is already 35 minutes long. I'm not happy about it, but I just want to get this out there as soon as possible. I hope the lawsuit happens well enough, at least like frightens the hate ratings enough, but I doubt it. Chances are the tools are made available for a community, and then anyone can use that. And just a case of like, how would they mask themselves? And yeah, you know, the lawsuit is not going to be over anytime soon. So yeah, so if you find it useful, please do give me a like and maybe a follow as well. I will be doing kind of like tutorial videos on this channel. That is my plan. I do stream. I'm probably going to have like my credentials, links at the bottom. This is my first YouTube video, so I'm sorry if this is really unprofessional. But yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Stay safe, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Bye. Outro thingy, doobie doo.